Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are doing another coffee talk video. This is the last of that blueberry coffee with vanilla syrup and vanilla oat milk. I use the Chobani brand because it tastes the best and it has the best texture. So, cheers. Um, it's so good. I'm glad I'm using stuff up. Actually, it's funny. I was thinking about that the other day because I I think it's still a little tempting for me when stuff is on sale or if I'm like having a really particular bad craving and I'm ordering something for like delivery from Amazon or a store or whatever, to buy like it's so much cheaper if you buy many than if you buy one, or if you buy a bigger thing than if you buy a smaller thing. So I've kind of been on a mission to like use up what I have, and just having that coffee bar to brew warm coffee, hot coffee. I've used up two of my packs of coffee beans that I had, and honestly, that's not small because I used to not be able to brew coffee hot. I used to always only drink cold brew because it was stored in the fridge. I could pour it in a glass and like keep it pushing. So that's definitely been lovely. And I get to use my French press that I kept. I also have a pour over as well, but the French press, I don't know. The French press has been making me some great coffee lately. So, how do you guys brew your coffee in a French press, or do you do pour over? I try not to like. I've seen so many people with the Keurigs that have like the Keurigs and Nespressos at home, but they just seem so like eco harmful to me. So you'll have to tell me how you brew your coffee in the comments. Oh, that's so good. Sorry. I didn't sleep last night. I had horrible insomnia. Part of it has to do with the noise. Part of it is just because I've been so stressed. Like, if you see all my like stress breakout on my face, no, you don't. I think this program smooths me out a little bit, but I have like some major stuff going on here. I have one right here in the middle. I did put on mascara today though. Oh, you guys asked me what mascara I use. The last couple times I've come on here, I've not been wearing any makeup at all. But when I do use mascara, this is a throwback. I use the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It's in the pink. Actually, I can probably grab it. No, I can't. It's too far away. It's in a pink tube. And it was the mascara that back in like 2016 or something, everybody was like oohing and awing about on YouTube. And it really does. It works so well. And like that, I only do like one coat, and it really makes my, I mean, I've been pretty lucky with my lashes anyway, but it really makes them look like not quite fake lashes, but like awake. Um, and then I got these little peacock earrings out. Um, I think also on the whole thing of like using stuff up, using what you have, like I've been thinking a lot more about like how I'm able to, since decluttering my whole home and having dedicated areas for things again, how I've been able to see what I have more. And I'm noticing that I'm still kind of gravitating toward like my favorites a little bit more. And so I'm trying to intentionally branch out into like all of what I have and try to like see like, do I like wearing these things? Are they just pretty on the shelf? Is that why I kept it? Or like, do I actually enjoy using and wearing them? And like, I got these so many years ago from, I want to say either like World Market, which if you are international is like a furniture store. It's like a home goods store, but they have like a little jewelry section, and they have like a little like foods from around the world section as well. So like I think I got it from there, or from like an accessories clothing store called Francesca's that I'm pretty sure is now defunct. If they're not defunct, I have not heard from them in a very long time, if you know what I mean. Um, so they've they've gone come with me everywhere because I love the colors. It's like in their little peacocks, and I think that's cute and fun. But I haven't worn them in a really long time. So I was like, I should see if I still like them. And I do. I think they're really cute. So, oh, see, there's another. I'm brave for coming on the internet with only mascara on. That's all I'm going to say to you guys. If you see my pimples, no, you don't. But anyway, the last couple of coffee talks we've had, and by the way, if you're new, and first of all, if you're new and you're still watching, you're a champ. If you're new, Coffee Talk is an unedited, not quite filtered video of us just chatting while drinking coffee like we're friends up in the kitchen. And it's a way for me to kind of connect with you guys and just, share, swap stories, connect in the comments, and kind of just talk. So I was thinking about how the last two coffee talks were a little bit heavier, and so I wanted today to be a little bit more fun and lighthearted. So I wanted to talk about my dating life. I'm laughing because I think I'm going to title this video something like my dating life is a train wreck or something, like super dramatic. It's not. It's just that on a more serious note, when you have a chronic illness, dating is hard. It's like there's a lot that kind of comes with being in a relationship that, like, I think a lot of men in particular are, like, not prepared for. Like, if there was a guy who I was going on a date with, hypothetically, and he was like, hey, like, I'm super good to, like, go on dates or whatever, but just letting you know, like, I have, like, a really low threshold for, I'm trying to think of, like, a good example that isn't chronic illness, but I'm not coming up with one. So, I'm allergic to shellfish. So if you want to eat shellfish, like, you need to stay away from me. Or, like, I don't know, something like that. I would kind of be like, huh, okay, like, no big deal. Like, I'll just eat chicken or steak or veggie, whatever. It doesn't matter. And so I think, like, I think that, like, in today's society, I think women can be a bit more accommodating to certain things or certain preferences. I feel like a lot of times, or at least from my experience in dating in today, men don't get it. And they're just, if I'm like, hey, like, I have a weak immune system and, like, I just need to, like, stay away from crowds, and if we are going out, then I just need to wear a mask, and, if you don't wear a mask, then no worries, but, like, we can't be smooching or whatever. Like, they get weird. And it's like, I don't understand it. I feel like it's so simple, like, to me, but people don't get it. And that can make things challenging. So that's, like, the more, like, serious side of it. And, like, the more funny side of it is that I have, in the last several years, like, I'll go through phases where I will download dating apps and I will, be on there, and I will kind of go on a couple of dates or, like, see, man, it is just, like, I have some funny stories. There's one in particular I'll probably tell you guys today. I just have always been kind of, like, my default setting is to be single. My voice teacher in undergrad, who was not a good person, he used to joke that I was married to my career. What did he say? He was like, music is your lover. Anyway, he was a creep, and bad. But that was funny. I will give him that. He was like, music is your lover. And yeah, I've always kind of been like my own best friend. Like, even growing up, like, I could be like, told to go hang out in my room and like put me and my Beanie Babies or like my Barbies together, and I would have created a whole world with like stories and stuff. Like I could entertain myself for hours from a very young age all the way up. And like I never quite fit in. I never quite like had like a big group of friends or anything like that. I've always kind of been like kept my own company. I've always been a bit of like an introvert. That's not to say I don't like people, because I do like people, and like I am very warm, and like if I were to go to like a social event, like I do like enjoy like talking to people, getting to know people, like but I like definitely like tend to be more on my own, and like that definitely shows through in my relationships. I've only had like 2.5 normal relationships. Because like there was a phase in my early 20s where I was like just my picker was broken, if you know what I'm saying. And they were like situationships with like people who were like not right for me at all. I can get more into that another day, I guess. But anyway, long story short, the last date I went on was like maybe 6 months ago or something like that. And like, I don't know if it's because I'm an introvert or because I mostly am single, and I'm pretty like happy when I'm single, if that makes sense. Like, I kind of love my life. I love my independence. I love getting to like do what I want in my own house and like not have to report back to anybody, or I just, it's my default setting, I guess. It's like I've always been that way. And so like if I like am gonna be with somebody or even just like date somebody casually, like I want them to like add to my life. I don't want to feel like it's like draining me or like taking my energy, if that makes sense, or like something where I don't know, like if I get a text from that person and I'm like, oh yay, then that's good. If I get a text from that person and I'm like, oh, this guy, do you know what I mean? And unfortunately I can be a bit more on like the critical side of like when dating somebody. I'm somebody who does like get the ick, and it's like when I get the ick, it cannot be fixed. It cannot be fixed. Like, you can't win me back after I catch the ick about certain things. Like, if it's like a little ick, you can get me back. But if it's like a big ick, I'm like gone. And typically it's not something stupid, but it is something that's like small if you're from the outside or something. Like, oh, there was this one guy. Oh, okay. Sidebar story. Also, if you're new, I have ADHD, so try to keep up with the story switching. I went on this date with this one guy, and he had horrible table manners. Like, at one point he was talking while eating, and like food fell out of his mouth, and I had to excuse myself because I thought I was going to be sick. Like, it was brutal. Unfortunately, so I did not see that person again. But anyway, the most recent date I went on, he was like really cute, and he was a lawyer, and he worked in the city, but he lived a little bit outside of the city in like a small town. And I was like, oh, that's so interesting. And that's like, and the like in the initial back and forth on the dating app, like he seemed very thoughtful and like very smart. And so I was like, oh, this could be really good. And so he set up he asked me to like go on a walk with him, I guess. And I was like, well, can we get coffee and go on a walk? Or I think at that time I was really kind of doing dinner dates because I wanted, like, one, I was working and I wanted to like work and then go to dinner and like see how the evening went. And also I just was in a place where I had been on the dating apps for a few weeks, and I had gotten people who were like, oh, just come over, and like been kind of gross. So I was in one of those places where I was like, my standards are up here, you have to meet them. And it was crazy. He got really offended. And he was like, there are women out there who use dates as an opportunity for a meal ticket and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not one of those, but I do expect some effort to be put in on a first date. Like, it's not that deep. So we wound up compromising for coffee and a date, and was like, okay, that was a little weird, but glad we arrived. He blew me off. Like, he just like no showed. He like messaged me like very like not long enough before the date and was like, oh, I got held up at work. And so I was like, okay, I could cancel because he made that big fuss and then like canceled, or I could, give him a second chance and see if he makes it to the reschedule. So I think he said something about like the following day, and I said, honestly, I don't have a ton of time the following day, but yeah, I can do like a quick chat, meet up, whatever. And he was acting like really desperate to meet me, which again, I thought was a little weird. I was like, this is a first date. Like, I could be a psychopath. Why are you so, like, I don't know. Like, he was acting like over the top, like, we have to meet today. Like, but I was like, this is a little strange. So then I do meet up with him. He comes to me or my neighborhood, and like, I do meet up with him, and he matches his pictures. He's really cute. The vibes are good. I found out that he had cats, and this is the most ironic conversation, so like buckle up. I said, I love it when guys like cats, because I think that cats, when you own cats, they teach boundaries better than dogs do. So I always take it as a good sign when a guy likes cats or has cats, because usually it means that they can respect boundaries. And he was like, oh yeah, I never thought about that, but I completely agree. I will give him one thing. His 2 cats are named Spaghetti and Meatball, and I think that's adorable. So we go on this walk, and it's going well, and then I am like, would you like to walk toward the water? Because there's a little like access point to the river up here. And he's like, oh yeah, that'd be great. Okay, so then he like, during the walk, while we're walking like next to the busy street, he like turns toward me as we're waiting for the light to change, and he just like kisses me. He goes in and kisses me, and I was like, that was unexpected. And he was like, unexpected but nice. And I was like, okay, thanks, neat. It was, I was like, I feel like when you're on a date and like before you kiss, there's like a moment where it's like very established that like everybody wants to kiss in that moment. And that moment did not happen. He just was like, it was very unexpected. But I was like, okay, like, let's just keep walking. Like, I just felt like very strange. So then we get to the water, and he's talking about the town where he lives and, what he likes about it and why he moved from the city to the town. And I was like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then he does it again. Like, cause I was like, oh, I would love to see it because I love, antiques and the outdoors and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I would love to like, maybe for another date or something, like go up there. And he like leans in again this is a first date. And it's not like he like bought me coffee. It's not like he bought me dinner. It's not like there was like a long conversation before this. There was like a medium conversation, walk in the park back and forth. And I was just, again, the woman was too stunned to speak. I should have probably like slapped him, but I just was sort of like astonished, and I was like, can he not read the room? Like, is he not understanding? Like, I said something along the lines of like, typically I don't do this kind of thing until the second date or beyond. And he made a comment about like how he's just a really affectionate person, and he was just whatever feeling it. And I sort of like stood up from this bench that we had sat on, and I was like, yeah, I get that. Everyone's different, maybe we are just sort of paced a little differently. And I'm really enjoying talking and getting to know you. So then we start walking back, and he has to catch the train, and he talked about needing to use the restroom, and there was a Starbucks right there, and it was a little was it cold, or I forget exactly what it was, but like I said, oh well, do you want to get anything from the Starbucks? And he was like, oh, not really. And I was like, you have to be a customer to use the bathroom. That's just like the way that they work. I could get an iced tea though. And he's like, oh yeah, that'd be great. So I go to get an iced tea, and he lets me pay for it when he has to use the bathroom. And he's the one who was like desperate to go on this date and had been grabby with me. So I just was like, yo, I don't know what this is, but like, you're jumping my bones. Like, you make this whole stink about women wanting to take advantage of your money. And so there is no money. But then when you need something, I, am like, oh, I'll have a tea, and you don't even pay for it after jumping my bones multiple times? Please. So we leave amicably, even though I should have been like even more pissed off. And he messages me that night. He's like, I had a great time, and he starts making comments about how attractive I am. And again, that's fine, but it's like, I just think it's not appropriate. Like, call me old school, call me whatever, but like, I was not giving off that vibe. Like, I was not giving off like yeehaw vibes. I don't know what to say. Like, I was not. And so he started making comments about how attractive and how much he loved kissing me and all this shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to continuing to get to know you. And then he never messaged me again. So anyway, that was the last date I went on. It was 6 months ago. And, I have like really close friends, and like one in particular who like takes me on like friend dates. And if you see any of the professional photographs, I was trying to say photographs and photographer at the same time, and it didn't come out of my mouth. I didn't sleep last night. So if you see any of the professional photographs, this friend that I'm referring to took them, and he and I are really close friends. And like, so he and I do go on like friend dates together, and our like friendship like runs super deep, but it's not romantic in nature. And like, it's not like I can't offer what he would want, and he can't offer what I would want in terms of a long-term relationship for lots of reasons. So that just sort of like is what it is. And like, we cherish each other, and like, we are really good friends, but like, that's it. So I do get kind of like the like friend date fix from that. But yeah, I don't know if like I'm broken or like there's something wrong with me, but I'm just not like super interested. I also do have a lot going on, to be fair, that makes like putting myself out there and dating, I think, more of a challenge than for the average person. One, I'm looking for a job right now still, although we're getting close. It's not like in those basic initial questions where you're like, hey, what do you do? I don't have a good answer for that right now. And also, like, in all of my free time, I'm either working on my health, working on my singing, working on YouTube. Like, I just feel like I have a lot going on. And so, like, adding dating and, like, somebody messaging my phone all the time into the mix, like, there's people who are waiting for a text back from me from a week ago already. So adding more into the mix when I'm already feeling a bit overwhelmed feels hard and not good. So anyway, not trying to make excuses, but like, anyway, so I think I'm probably gonna like title this video, oh, this my pillow. I'm probably going to title this video, My Dating Life is a Train Wreck. But, you know, I'm a cat, you know, like, I'm good to just, like, my natural state of being is just, like, vibing. And it's, if you're not adding to my life, I kind of, like, don't necessarily want to, like, carry you along. You know what I mean? Like, I really only, like, the last relationship that I was in, like, that situation, that person really added a lot to my life, in both like creative areas, and also like every time I talked to them, like I like felt like I had that like it poured into my cup, if that makes sense. And like every time I like try to start on the dating apps, or I try to like I think about like putting myself out there to date again, these people are not pouring into my cup in any capacity. So, and maybe it's just something that takes time and is like established over time, but it's like I don't even feel like that spark or anything. It's like I have no desire. So I don't think I'm like, I feel like when women feel this way, like sometimes it can be like very easy to get really dramatic about it and be like, I'm gonna be alone. I don't feel that way, but I just think I'm in a current stage of life where a relationship would not be super additive. And I'm just kind of like trusting that I'm gonna meet someone, or there's gonna be somebody like that pops into my life or makes themselves known in my life when it is sort of time to meet somebody, I guess. Does that make sense? Leave a comment if that makes sense. Also leave a comment if that doesn't make sense. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a very silly Sunday, a serene Sunday. And to those of you who have sent me a coffee over PayPal, thank you so much. I have been trying to like, if you guys have sent me a coffee or whatever, I try to like, sometimes it doesn't let me, but I do try to write thank you to everybody. Same thing with the super chats and everything. I really do try to thank everybody because, like, you know, times are tough and I really appreciate your support and your kindness. If you could like the video, that would also be awesome, or leave a comment, because it helps more people see the video. And actually, I've seen a couple people comment on my videos like, oh my gosh, I had no idea you had a YouTube channel, and then this popped up. So that's incredible. And the fact that it's like starting to spread into people's algorithms is like completely mind-blowing to me. Um, so thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, leaving a comment. It really, really helps. I'm really grateful to get to share this space with you guys. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. I think the next video I post might be either like Halloween or Central Park. To be determined. We'll keep you posted. And yeah, I will talk to you soon. Bye.